What's going on there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris from the Mars Anomalies channel. Alright guys, here we go. It's time to debunk one of the biggest BS things going out, and that's the gorilla on Mars. People... It's one of those elephants in the room kind of thing. In other words, they're trying to get you to totally focus on this particular elephant. Let me get these headphones off. I don't need these on. And, okay. So, what they do is they take this one object, kind of like the pyramids on Mars, where it's, you know, next to the Martian face, the face on Mars. It's totally smoke and mirrors. They're trying to get you to focus on one particular thing and not look at other stuff. When you look at this picture, and this is from the Spirit, and it's from Sol 87, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with this picture if you haven't seen it. Ooh, look at this, it's a gorilla. And you can see that right there. Let me see, let me just jump into it. And you can see this thing right here. It's literally, and I gotta be honest with you guys, when I first seen this, I was like, whoa, what is that? But unless this gorilla is wearing suspenders, I don't know what people are thinking. I really don't. What they failed to see is the rest of the stuff in the picture. Now, you guys, of course, you can see it's right here, NASA JPL. And again, it's from Sol 87. And you can see with the time and stamp and everything else. Okay. And this is updated when? 2014. So, you know, of course, that's the whole page. It's not just this particular page or this image. But anyway, so... And what's funny is people are so gullible to believe this. Here's a good example. You go to Disclosure TV. Now, although this guy did a good job of trying to bring out the true colors, yeah, like I said, unless this thing's wearing suspenders, look at this guy. Oh, the Mars cow eating blueberries. They make this picture move so they makes it look like, ooh, look at that, it's actually moving. It is a gorilla. Come on, man. Come on. Seriously, wake up. Yeah. It's like the people are like, oh, there's no doubt. It's definitely a gorilla. Yeah, it's not. Again, they mess with you to focus on one thing. I mean, come on. Watch this. Here's the actual picture, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom on it because I actually just did a screenshot of it. Look at the blatant airbrush right there in front of this object behind. This rock or whatever this is here. Okay? Look at this. It's blatant airbrushing. You can literally see where they screwed up right there and just did the whole thing. And I'm going to show you, no matter what you do to this picture, you cannot get out this. In other words, you can bring up the exposure, you can bring up the shadows. It doesn't mean squat. You can clearly see they're actually airbrushing this stuff literally out of it. But think about it. People will go, well, what are you talking about? Why would they just show this? Well, think about it, because this could be perceived any which way. In other words, you could be totally laughed at. When people look at it, they go, wow, it does. It looks like a mouse. It looks like a mouse head with a gorilla body. Okay? So right off the bat, people think, oh, well, it's got to be some kind of Martian animal because it looks so different from what we'd see. Right. But this could be thrown around any which way. In other words, you know, think about this. Why would they put this on there? Well, they have to show the pictures because they have to show scientists. Of course, the scientists would laugh their ass off when they seen this. But that's not the point. The idea is to get you to focus strictly on this and nothing more. That's it. Don't focus on another thing. Now, here's the picture. Now, I love the way they do this because I was on Mars Anomalies research page with Andrew Basiago there, and you got people that are literally arguing back and forth that this is not a gorilla, it's a rock. Well, guess what? It's neither or. It's not a rock and it's not a gorilla. That's a fact. Now, here's another thing. People were measuring, you know, like, well, here's the rover right here. You can see right here. You see the body of it here, and you can see the solar panel. And you can see the wheel marks going like this and going over here. I can mess with people so badly they wouldn't even know it. Here's a good example. Let's go ahead and extend these a little bit. Darken them up a little bit. Well, there you go. Oh, wow, look at that. Yeah. So... now, I'm going to show you something off in the distance. Now, how far would you say it is from here to this edge of this ridge? Well, I don't know. Let's do this. Okay. Now, if I was to see a picture like this, the first thing I would think of is, okay, well, this is going to be a long distance away. It looks like this thing might have went down this hill, traveled a bit down in this valley, and then went up and trekked up this hillside. Or vice versa. In other words, it come up over the hillside, came down, traveled a bit, came up the hill, and here it is. And... there it is now, right here. Okay, so you'd say, well, that's quite a distance away, so stuff's got to be pretty big. Or I can do this to you. Now, look at the wheel marks now. Now it just looks like maybe a little dip in the road, and then it just keeps going over this other little hillside. I can mess with this stuff so badly that people wouldn't know the difference. And that's the point. From this right here, these wheel marks on this little hillside, it might have just been a little whoop-de-doo, so to speak. Just kind of go up, and it's over here, and here we are now. Or I can change them back to this, where it looks like it might have gone off, and like I said, going down a hillside, and then like I said, there might be a distance from there, from this hill that drops, and there's like a valley, and then it comes up, and it's over, and it's way the hell in the distance. Yeah, I can do this all day long, people. Now, the other thing is, people believe, well, obviously, if the rovers travel there can't be anything in the way. And I've showed this many times where it looks like a vehicle, and I'm just going to go ahead and just do this. Let me see. Well, I guess I can do it either way. Well, let's do it this way. Let's go ahead and do it up here. Well, let's just for the hell of it do this. Okay, let's say I'm going to just use any old thing here. I'm just going to just show you, and I'm not going to show it. I just want to give you an idea. If I showed you like marks, well, not that way, but if I showed you marks like this, let me know, that's a little too thick. And we'll go ahead and switch this, rather. Well, do this instead. All right, just want to make sure. Okay, so now if I do this here, let's say these are just wheel marks. I could show you going like this off in the distance, but they are faked. A lot of these wheel marks, especially from the Curiosity, are faked. So you would think, well, if the thing traversed over there, there can't possibly be anything over here. Because how would the rover get over it? Aha! And that's the key. So exactly why the reason why I'm segueing into this is because of this. Again, I can do this. Well, it looks darker and it looks like it's traversed over here. And I can, like I said, I can fool with you as far as the background. Look, and it's like way, way off in the back. Or I can do this and it's just a little hill and up and over. So I can do that. Okay, so let's do this. So what I did was I lightened up this area in the back because I wanted to see if anything was in the back here. And you can clearly see other objects in here that are clearly not. Now, I lightened the heck out of this little wannabe gorilla right here. And you can see you'll see this actually disappear. The head actually disappears. But there's something that they literally painted out. And I'm going to show you that right now just so you guys can get an idea. Because I think it would be only fair to show this. Now, let's just use simple exposure. This is the actual picture now. This has not been fooled with. I'm just going to expose it up. Well, wait a minute. Why is it just not getting lighter? And if you notice, look at all the spots. There's one in the center here, lower in the center. This one off to the left. Every place that has a dark area or black, let's go back. Watch this. They're all rocks. And why the hell does this rock here have a 90-degree angle, two 90-degree angles right here in this rock? It is not rocks, people. You need to start waking up. Okay? Everywhere, and look, you can actually see where this has literally been airbrushed. You can see that. You can see right here now. Let's take a look at Mr. Gorilla. You can see where they painted right here, and it goes up and over. And there's a stripe here, and there's something else here. There's something else here. It's a structure, piece of mechanical something. I don't care what you call it. Like I said, you could call it a bathtub for all I care. It is not a gorilla. Okay. Go back, and like I said, why does this rock have this weird cutout? Because they're not rocks. Somebody on there was saying something about, they call it a rock mimicking software, and he couldn't be more dead on. And that's a fact. So now, let's go ahead and just highlight, and I'm looking at all these pixelations, and I'm saying, wow, this is really bad here. Look at this. Look how they really go to town in this particular area right here. All in the back, all over here, and all in the down in the back here. People need to stop paying attention to the small details. I've always said this. Details, details, details. Okay. First of all, what the hell rock does this? And again, this is the stock photo. I didn't mess with this picture in any way, shape, or form. What does that and has a shape like this? Okay. There's something over here, and you're going to see that in a minute because I'm actually going to add a little blur to get rid of these pixelations and picture artifacts. And and I want your take on this, guys, because like I said, I'm going to tell you, and this is for all the people who haven't been on my channel or haven't been subscribed to me very long. I'm going to tell you what these things appear to be, meaning they look like to me From the things here I see everyday Earth. I'm not saying they are what I'm going to say they are or what they look like. I'm just saying they appear to be, so I can give you the shape or what I think the shape you should see in your head. Okay? So anyway, so I brightened it up. Then I said, well, let me go ahead and just go back. So I still get it brightened up a little bit here. Okay. Now you're going to see this a little bit better, this Mr. Gorilla, which is not that at all. Because I've actually darkened it up a hair bit. Right here. And something that's laying right here. Now let's go to the next step. Okay. Let's start with his here. Come on, computer. Anytime today would be great. There we go. All right. You got this right here that does this. I'm actually going to show you this in a second. I've already got everything outlined. But you're going to see something here. This almost looks like some kind of weird... something with a wheel on it. You can see right here. It's got like a wheel well. Almost looks like a mailbox. Only with a wheel. There's something else here. If you notice this black blotch right here, there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 things coming out of this particular thing. And that's not the only thing. Check this out. Right here, goes down like this. Has a slot, another slot, another slot. Something's coming out of it. Now, you can't tell what it is because it's so badly manipulated. And you can see this right here. Okay. What about this? This bloody thing looks like a car sitting right in the ground. Look at this. I'm not going to do a thing to the picture. What the hell rock does this? Almost looks like the rooftop of a car right here. This would be a side window right here. Here's the pillars. You got the front windshield that comes down. And you got the nose of the car right here. And this might be the front with the headlights or whatever it would be right here. Now, watch this. Check this out. Seriously, that's what it looks like. I'm not saying that's what it is. Now, the other thing I want you to pay attention is look at the other round. It looks like something square right here, round. Something that looks like a cable or some kind of piece of metal or something. There's a bunch of crap laying all over this thing. Now, this almost looked like a trailer of some sort. You see something coming off of it right there, and it's like a... well, it's not cylindrical because you can see the shape of it here at the end. But I'm going to use the term cylindrical, but it ends here, has the rooftop of it. It almost looks like it's got a wheel to it. Again, I'm not saying that's what these things are. I'm just trying to give you an idea of the shape in your head, what it could be. Look at this. This thing looks like it's got a 90-degree angle, like it's got a corner to it. But they blotched it out so badly. And you can see whatever it does, it comes down right here between this garbage, comes down, goes like this. Something right here that goes up and over, and then has this weird shit. I mean, come on. Look at this. There's things all over this picture, and it's just crazy how people don't notice this. Okay. So now, let me just move out of here a bit. Go ahead and do this. All right. Now, when I seen this, I'm saying, okay, these wheel marks could easily be faked. And I showed you that earlier. So now people would say, well, how is it possible the rover can get over that? That's if it got over it. That's the point. I can fool with people so badly it's not even funny, and I don't have nearly the expertise these people have. Okay. Moving along. And I'm going to show you, I think it's right. Here's the pieces that I point out. Now, what's crazy about it is people don't get this. I want to show you this. Show me a rock that does this crap. This is great. Yeah, I see rocks like this all the time. And of course, I'm being sarcastic. Let me go a little bit smaller. Let's go to about 2. Maybe that'll work. Okay. Look at the way this thing right here. See the way this thing actually has this weird shape to it. What does that? And here's the other thing. You can see this squared off piece right here, or this rectangular piece. Why are these 4 dots? 1. I'm going to go ahead and darken it. This one's literally on the borderline. This dot here is on the borderline of this whited area and on this ground. Right here. And you can see it. There's another one here. And there's another one here. Okay. And you can see the shape of whatever this thing is. It clearly goes up like this. Has what almost looks like a claw type thing. Does it again over another claw thing. And goes like this. It is a face. It is there to block whatever's on this rock. Here's another blotch of crap right here on top of it. And you can see that. They're blocking this thing out. And this is one of the ones that were actually airbrushed out. Now, you have to ask yourself, what the hell gives here? And you can see that. 1, 2, here's the actual picture. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see what looks like that weird claw mark. And just by adding a little blur, it simply just sharpens or smooths out, I should say, the actual shape of these things. Look at this. I didn't even notice this. What is it? What is this crap right here? Well, let's do it this way. I think it was number 5. Okay. Goes up, comes back down. I don't know how thick this thing is, but it looks like it does this here. But, I mean, there's so many things. Look at this. Up, down, smooth, comes around, like goes like this. These are simply not rocks. That's all there is to that. There's this here. Whoops, did that a little messy. Right there. It goes like this. You got this piece here, and of course I already highlight that. Come on, guys. Look at this. This piece, this is another thing. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Look at this. Right here, I'm going to see if I can back out a little bit. See this right here has this weird shape to it. It goes like this. Comes over, and it has this weird, I don't know if there's multiple dots here, or if it's one line, and then it has another dot. You see that? Right there. Okay. It's the littlest details that make things pop, and that's what people have to pay attention to. Look at this right here. I didn't even notice this earlier. It looks like something's laying there, and it has these openings. You can actually see it doing this, and you can see a piece doing this. Now, let me go back to it. See it? Got that weird shape. This is not something I typically see in regular rocks. I just don't see it. I don't. And it's the smallest details, again, that you have to pay attention to. Okay. Again, you see this thing here. Looks like it goes across, comes down over here. Looks like there's something sticking out right there. This piece. This comes down. Looks like it goes up and over, and it looks like it has a wheel of some sort. I'm not saying that's what it is. It appears that way. And like I said, oh, look at all of these goofy things. This is where I said it looks like a car sitting here. And this right here, I mean, you can see that. It literally looks like it runs like this. Goes down, comes around. Now, if you go back to here, it almost looks like it does this instead. It goes like this. So these may be many parts or mechanical parts laying there. Look at this. See that? There's so many things laying here that it's not even funny. And people totally overlook this. And of course there's a bunch of crap on top of here, so you can't tell what that is, but there's something here. Almost looks like the front end of a car, to be honest with you. I'm not saying it is. There's other little, whatever the heck those are. But you can see like these weird, like I said, these looks like weird. You can see how thick this thing is. Going off into here. This thing spiders off into something else. And a lot of this is manipulation, so you can't let that get to you. You have to look at the things that are more obvious laying on the ground. And like I said, I would just jump back and forth. Here's a Mr. Gorilla. It's not a gorilla at all. And you can see where I'd taken most of it out just by brightening it. It disappeared. But this part has not. So they literally airbrushed this crap right out of it. This piece is here. You can see these, what look like these right here. These tubes or wires or something right there. This is actually gets fatter right here. And then comes back down. You can literally see it faintly this way. This is coming out, going like this. These other fat parts are going... I mean, come on. Come on. You can see this, but they're trying to block it out so that you don't see this stuff. And to be honest, you can still see it. All you got to do is add a little blur into it, and you pull this stuff right out. You can see it now. It's brighter. All I do is whiten it up, and you can see these things laying on the ground. Especially this right here, what looks like some kind of weird funky car or parts laying on the ground. Whatever the hell that is, look at this. Come on. And like I said, I just brought the tone down, but you can see where they messed with this right here. And this is what I try to do, brighten that up to get rid of that crap that's on there. And yeah, it's just everywhere, guys. And that's what people need to start paying attention to. What does this? Oops, kind of messed that up a bit, but let's do it this way. And you can see where this still goes past this other rock down here. Goes like this and then back down. And then, of course, it does this and it has like this and it goes back down in the back. So on and so forth. It's just part of whatever the hell is laying here. God knows what this stuff is. I don't know. I have no clue. But clearly there's something way back here. I don't know what that is. And I mean, just look around. Like I said, this looks like it has this weird... This almost looks like it has this weird, almost... This right here. Goes off, has these openings right here. This opening here. Almost looks like a weird building, if you will. I don't know. I'm not saying it is a building. I'm just saying if you look at the shape of it, it kind of looks that way. Okay. Again, here's this piece right here. See it? Right there. Oh. Right here. Here's that other piece in the back. And just so you guys can see, I just actually drew it out. Highlighted a little bit to try to bring it out. And you can see these things coming straight out of this and going into wherever. There's something right here that's round. I don't know if I brought that. Okay. Right there. These pieces, here's that piece I said earlier. Has this weird shape like this here with the openings. Right there. Oops. Wrong one. And right there. So, I mean, come on. I mean, look at these things that are just laying all over the place that just point out and show 100%. This stuff, first of all, I try to get your eyes on this particular wannabe gorilla because they don't want you to say, you know, don't pay any attention to this. This, to me, should prove without a doubt right here alone. This right here. If you don't believe in anything in this video, this right here alone. This crap right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is this one dot halfway in the rock and halfway out of the rock? Well, that makes no sense. So that's telling me that this stuff is being masked. And I've said this 100 times already. And you can see that right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And is a shape of this thing. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right there. Heck, I can actually go over this a little bit and see if I can't pop that out of here a bit more. Let's see if we can do it with the shadows. Yeah, let's just do it with the shadow. You can see now literally the shape of this thing. See it? Come on, guys. Yeah, this is a rock. Yeah, okay. And that's what I'm saying. People just need to stop waking up. Because this is clearly not a rock. Oh, I did a little too much there. Okay. Just had to bring it down a bit, and we can do it that way. Okay. So, come on. I mean, you don't have to be an Einstein to figure this out. Now, you can see these 4 dots, and there's something actually coming down from that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right there, coming from this third one, or the second one rather, coming straight down to another dot. What the hell does that? You know, all you're doing is just contrasting and brightening. People are like, oh, you're adding stuff to the picture. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to bring out the actual details and whatever the hell is hiding here. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. And you can get rid of, you can actually get these things to pop like a 3D if you do it right. And you can see what looks like multiple items, looks like parts laying all over the place. And yet people go, gorilla. No, it's not a gorilla. But anyway, guys, I'm just trying to get you guys, you know, get your eyes adjusted to the fact that this, what you think you see, you do not. Whether it be depth perception they're messing with, whether it be just, you know, they're making things that are actual objects look like rocks, and they're clearly not. You know, and I'm hoping that people start learning that this is nothing but crap. I mean, look at this thing. Look, that's a rock. I'm just contrasting it. I'm just basically using shadow on it. And I can bring that out. Now, let me just do a little... Let me see if I can't dock it to get some more detail out of this. And that clearly does not look like a rock to me, guys. Look at the shape of this thing. What the hell does that? Look at this. Right here. Whoops. I didn't want to do it that way. Right there. Goes straight across. Comes back down. Something right there. This comes down like a strap, so to speak. Another one here. This goes off to the side. And you can see what looks like a faint line right here. And then this thing goes... Oh, come on. You know, like I said, people have to be brain dead to believe that this stuff is nothing more than rocks. And when you see these things, you just go, well, come on. And like I said, this thing right in the middle, that's a dead giveaway right there as far as I'm concerned. That you can clearly see that that's being faked. Like I said, there's the rock. And because it's so grainy, that's what they want you to do, so you don't see anything of any shape, of real shape. But when you start to bring this stuff out, it all comes clear. Comes a lot clearer than you thought. Anyway, guys, give me your take on it. Let me know what you guys think. Is it nothing more than just rocks? Still rocks to me, or to you guys, rather? Is it nothing more than that? Or are you actually seeing this? Am I seeing things? I can tell you that I'm not. At least in my personal opinion, I'm not. And here we are with these other depth perception. And how they're messing with the people. Because like I said, these could be faked. So if people, like I said again, if people think, well, it's traversed over here, so they can't possibly be anything in the path of it. Well, that's what they want you to think. So, you know, like I said, I mean, I can mess with people left and right, and I'm just a no one from nowhere's USA, man. With an average computer, nothing special. You know, and I could do this, and if I showed you guys this picture to begin with, this one right here, and said, oh yeah, look at the real picture right here. You go, oh wow, look at that. You wouldn't be none the wiser until I showed you this is the original right here. Anyway, give me your take on it. You know, have you guys been noticing this too? I know a lot of you guys have been following along, you'll know, because I've been pointing it out, and a lot of you guys are already wise to this already because you've done your own homework. So, you guys are not stupid. I mean, you know, you guys are with me. You've been on this channel because you're saying, you know what? And I love it because I love this. If this is my only goal, and this is really my only goal, is that even if you don't believe my stuff on this, that's fine. But I'm noticing a pattern now. People are starting to take these pictures themselves and dissect them themselves, and they'll tell me what they think it is, or they found something totally different. That's why I love my subscribers, and that's what it is, to open your eyes. That's all my videos are trying to do, just show you inconsistencies, things that look like they're being hidden. Open your eyes to the fact that they're lying to the people, and people need to start getting wiser to it. That's all my channels, that's all I'm setting out to do. I'm not trying to blow smoke up people's rear ends. I'm just trying to say, look, what do you think? Why does this look like this? Why are these things here? Why do they have the shapes they do on Mars? And so on and so forth. So, yeah, I mean, when you see this stuff like this, you go, well, that looks kind of cool because it's got the blue sky. But come on. You look at this. I can see that thing as plain as day. It looks like some kind of weird vehicle, almost like with a head, the rooftop to it, almost like a side window. This would be the front windshield. Here's the front of the car. It almost looks like it's got a little dot there, like a headlight. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying it appears that way because it's part of matrixing. It's just like you're programmed to see these things because you see them every day here on Earth. But come on, you clearly can see that that is not a rock. You can see that. But apparently a lot of people cannot. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, give me your take on it. Let me know what you think. I just wanted this to be a tutorial as well. I want to try to open people's eyes to the fact of what's really going on. And I really hope that it helps people, because I really do. Because in my heart, I just know that, you know, again, Mount Sharp is garbage. You know, I can't stress that enough. We've been in, I showed you the video where it showed Sol 14 and Sol 790. And it looks like Sol 14 is actually closer than 790. But yet we're supposed to be right at the base of Mount Sharp. What gives? And believe it or not, Sol 14, that's still in the same spot where the actual rover landed, which is approximately anywhere between a mile and a half from the base of Mount Sharp. Okay, what gives? And now it's been, what? It's up to 8:34, I believe. And yet, guess what? We're still in the same spot. We haven't moved out of that particular spot in, I don't know, a month and a half? Maybe 2? Who knows? Anyway, guys, give me your take on this. I mean, what do you think? Have you seen other crazy anomalies? And what's your ideas on what's going on? Do you think that it's nothing more than trick of the eye, or are they actually tricking us? I mean, it's obvious they are, but I mean, have you noticed any other different tricks that they're pulling that I haven't noticed? You know, let's get it out in public, man. Let's make it available to everybody and just say, so they can change their perception of the way they see these pictures from now on and see them for what they really are, which is most of it's real, but what they're hiding in the pictures is what we're trying to find. We're trying to find out what the stuff really is, as opposed to what they want you to believe it is. So, anyway, guys, like I said, give me your take on it. Throw a comment down below. Share the video. Give me some thumbs up. Let me know again you guys are on board. I've got another couple of ones coming up, and I do have that other one, that tube one coming up. I'm just about finished with that. Like I said, I'm not going to try to make that one super long because we can go on and about that one. But actually, we can, and you'll understand why. So anyway, guys, stay tuned for that. Got some good ones coming up for you. And that's it, man. You guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you next video.